talk about deleting collections, but we're going to talk about how to get paid to actually delete these collections. So if you're new to my channel, I've talked a lot about using the consumer laws to get these negative items deleted, which is still what you can do. But I know some people they want to take it to that next level and get paid at the same time. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Let's get straight into it. So before we get into it, anytime you do see a collection from a third party debt collector, I want y'all to always think like, okay, I could send a debt validation notice, right? Because that can definitely go ahead and get that removed. And that's what you should always keep into play. But when we talk about the actual money getting compensation, this is what I want y'all to be aware of. We're going to take a different route. What we're going to do, we're going to record the call from these third-party debt collectors. A lot of people, when it comes to collections, they're running away from the debt collector. It's like, oh, I don't want to answer the debt collector. We want to answer the debt collector because this is going to help us basically be able to get paid with the lawsuit and everything. So we're in the FDCPA, 15 USC 1692C, communication and connection with debt collection, right? If you don't know the FDCPA, it's basically a law that was put out for unfair debt collection practices that third-party debt collectors do. Calling, texting, emailing, all that stuff is communication, harassing consumers about a debt that they got for like pennies on the dollar, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to focus on 1692C. I'm going to give y'all two simple things that y'all can do, two simple ways to get violations. If you want like a third way and you want even more sauce, I'm gonna give y'all information on how to, get tapped into that. But we're in 1692C. I want y'all to remember with C, just think about communication. C, think about calling. C, communication. C, calling, right? So when we record these calls, we want to look at 1692C. So let's just read it real quick. Without the prior consent of the consumer, right? That's basically what they're saying. Without the prior consent of the consumer, a debt collector may not communicate with the consumer in connection with the collection of any debt. So I want y'all to focus on CA1. I highlighted it, and then we're going to also focus on CA3. But CA1 says at any unusual time or place, or a time, place known or which should be known to be inconvenient to the consumer. That's huge. So when we say something that's inconvenient, I can't tell you what's inconvenient to you. What might be inconvenient to you might be convenient to me. But to me, a debt collector calling me, if a debt collector call me anytime that's inconvenient, right now is not a good time. I'm going to give y'all verbatim what to say because I want it to be so simple for y'all, right? Because these people be violating, right? So I want y'all to get the information to get started so you can use it to get these people, right? They said a debt collector shall assume that the convenient time for communicating with consumers is after 8 a.m. and before 9 p.m. So between 8 a.m. and 9 p.m., that's like the hours local time to the consumer. I'm gonna give y'all what y'all gonna use. We're gonna make it super simple. So record every call that the debt collectors call you for, right? Before we continue, some people might be like, "Oh, I'm in a state where you gotta have consent to record and etc." A lot of times when you're getting that call from the debt collector, they're going to say all calls may be recorded. Listen to what I said. All calls may be recorded. This call may be recorded for whatever purpose, performance, quality purposes, whatever they want to be saying, right? This call may be recorded. So if I hear that, I'm thinking, okay, this call may be recorded. Okay, all calls may be recorded. So they gave permission. So just record. It don't matter. Just record. Don't think too deep with this, right? They told you can record, basically. So CA1. And then CA3 at the consumer's place of employment. So at your job. Me personally, if you've been watching my channel for some time, I used to work a 9 to 5 back in 2022. That's when I left. But right now, I don't work a 9 to 5. So let's say a debt collector calls me right now. You're calling me while I'm working. I'm an entrepreneur. I work 24/7, basically. So if you calling me, that's basically violating that section as well. And you might be working a 9 to 5 right now, but maybe you're working on your business on the side, right? That's still, even if you're off hours from your 9 to 5, if they're calling you and it's during when you're working on your business, that's at your time of employment. So just keep that in mind. I'm going to give y'all something verbatim to say too. So for CA1, 1692 CA1, I want y'all to be super simple with this. Debt collector calls you. Let's role play right now, right? I'm a debt collector. I give you a phone call. you watch my channel, you watch this video, so you're like, oh shoot, I'm not gonna run away from the debt collectors anymore. Or you're gonna educate your client not to run away from the debt collectors anymore, right? So, you know what I'm saying? The phone call happened, you pick it up. All right, what you're gonna say is they're gonna say blah blah blah. Is this whatever your name is? And one thing too, now we're on that topic. When they're calling you or your client, when they're saying I'm looking for whatever name the person is, say it's you, right? It's okay to identify that it's you because you want them to basically catch themselves in violating. I got multiple phones, right? So if it's me, what I'm gonna do, I got one phone here, I got one phone over here, right? So I got two phones. Shout out to Kevin Gates. But so what I would do, I pick up with one phone, I could record on the other phone. If you got a computer, you got a phone, you have two devices. So just figure out how you're gonna record for people that might be like, oh, how do I record? But okay, back to the role play. They call you, right? You or your client's gonna pick it up. I want you to verbatim say, after you identify who you are, verbatim say, right now is not a good time to talk. That's simple. Have that on the recording. We need to have it on the recording. Right now is not a good time to talk. By the time we get into the lawsuit, this is going to help us. So right now is not a good time to talk. We want to basically set them up. So right now is not a good time to talk, right? So as you see, that goes back to anything that's inconvenient to the consumer. If it now is not to talk, then that means it's to me, right? So keep that in mind. Hold on. I need to plug in my computer, my thing. About to give out. They don't want me to give y'all the sauce. Hold on. So yeah, right now is not a good time to talk. And then 1692 CA3. I am at work right now. I don't care if you're off of your 9 to 5 and you're just working on your business or you're just chilling on the couch, right? You're working on your business because you're thinking about the next move that you're gonna make. You watching Michael Benjamin's YouTube channel, right? So right now I'm at work. That's what I want you to say as well. Like make it super, super simple. I want y'all to be taking notes as you're watching this video and literally do what I said. It's gonna help you. And then let's say they ask you, when is a good time to talk? You can just tell them, I don't know. Right now, I'm pretty busy. Just answer them, but like deflect. Give them a hard time because they're going to keep calling you. Remember, they debt collectors. They going to be super consistent. So you got to be super consistent and persistent. And even how you do your disputes and stuff. But we're not even talking about disputing right now. If you miss their call, which is something that can happen, run back to them and call them back. We want all the smoke, right? If you miss their call, call them back and say, hi, remember this is recorded. Hi, I got a missed call from this number. Did you call me? We want them to confess to their violation, right? We want them to confess on the recording that they're willingly violating you. So once they answer and say that, then they're going to get into their, oh, how much can you pay today, blah, blah, blah. And then you can hit them with, oh, right now is not a good time to talk, right? Even though you called them, let them know, like, right now is not a good time to talk. So you want to basically get this on recording. This is how you start your violations to be able to sue them, get that settlement, right? It's going to settle outside of court, assuming you have all this stuff. And that's what we see with people I've helped. That's what, you know, my clients have seen as well, that have gone through litigation. So it's most likely going to settle outside of court is what I'm telling you, if you do everything the correct way. So one thing I want y'all to note, because I know some people get it misconstrued or confused, whatever you want to call it. So the FDCPA actual damages, that's where you exceed the $1,000, right? Actual damages, the statutory is $1,000. So for example, some people might think like, okay, I got 5, 6, 7 different phone calls. That's $5, 6, $7,000. That's not correct. The statutory damage is what is for the $1,000. It's the actual damages that allows you to exceed that $1,000. I hope that makes sense. And basically, if you want a list of actual damages so you have help with that, I go over that in my university. This is YouTube. This is free. None of it, what I'm saying, is legal advice, by the way. But if you want a list of actual damages to help you exceed that $1,000 for that lawsuit, that's in my university. We're going to give y'all information on that. If you're scared to invest money into yourself to get to the next level, then you don't deserve to get the results that you should be getting. So just keep that in mind. If you're scared to invest, click off my video or just try to figure it out from the free information. This is more than enough to get you started though, by the way. So one thing I want y'all to know, this video is the what to do. If you need help with how to put the pieces and set up the lawsuit, you can join our university. At the time I'm recording this for only $39 a month. If you don't have $39 to invest in yourself to get over thousands of dollars of the violation, you know what removing that negative stuff from your credit can open doors for. If you're that cheap, poor, like, I don't even know how to describe that type of person. If you're that cheap and poor, try to figure it out by yourself based off of the free information I gave y'all, which is sauce anyways. But those of y'all that are, ready to make that investment in yourself, this is a business. We have systems we pay for. I got payroll and all that. So all them weird people that are like, oh, why are you charging for information? You sound like someone that's never had a business. You never had no employee. You've never had to wipe anyone's ass but yours. And you can't even wipe your own ass. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. All y'all cheap, poor people, click off my video. Those of y'all that's tapped in with me, those of y'all that's willing to make that investment in yourself, this video is for you. So if you want more sauce, if you want a third effective way to get the violation, I gave y'all 1692 CA1 and CA3. I can give y'all more in the university. You can tap in. If you want a list of actual damages to help your lawsuit exceed that $1,000, tap in. And if you want a sample complaint for how to draft yours, right? Because there's a specific way of how you want to actually do it if you're going to do it on your own. It's not legal advice, but I go over that in the university. And way more, just a community of like-minded individuals that are looking to elevate. You can join CAT Credit University for only $39 a month. You can click the link in the description. Those of y'all that's ready to go, we're going to catch y'all in the university. I hope this free information helped y'all. The rest of y'all that's just cheap, just not willing to invest nothing in themselves, just gonna spend over $40 on a burger that's just gonna give you chest pain anyways. Y'all make it, y'all be easy too. But with that being said, y'all have a blessed one.